Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is the Kentucky Postgame Show. This episode is going to be very special. It's brought to you by Snow Day Pizza Bites.
Yeah,
so we'll get into
Days.
that. We'll get into that here soon. I'm excited, man. This is going to be March Madness. This is the bracket episode.
Best time of the year, folks.
Favorite time.
Yeah. So before we get into it, we got a lot to talk about, so we're going to go through and try to get that in there. We have a video to show you guys.
What we got? What's the biggest? What we looking at? What am I looking at? Greatest March Madness moments.
Greatest
okay.
March Madness moments. So before we get into that, please make sure you like. Please make sure you subscribe. It's very easy to do. I'm Fletch. This is Mario, and that's Mike. And you should know us by now because everybody's watching this show. So
let them know, Fletch. Let them know.
Already did.
Bringing back the moments, guys. Man, I remember this one right here: North Carolina and Villanova.
Hey, when Carolina thought that they brought it in overtime right there,
This one was special, man. I honestly thought it was over, man. I thought Roy Williams, Joel Berry, I think Marcus Page. I thought they were going home with the chip, but this happened.
especially overtime. Pretty sure that was Chris Jenkins,
That was
if I'm not
crazy.
mistaken.
I do remember that.
Man, good times. Jalen Brunson, man. He's a big time star for the New York Knicks now. Crazy how things plan out. Oh, how about this, y'all? Do y'all remember this one? Michigan. This
That's
is
Jordan Poole.
That is Jordan
Yep.
Poole, man.
was
Look
it.
at the faces.
The faces are
it,
tough.
man.
They can disbelief.
Wow.
Yeah, UCLA and Gonzaga. I don't remember this. Is that guy looks awfully? He looks oddly familiar, guys. Is
Johnny Zuzane?
Johnny
What a
Zuzane.
shot, man. That's crazy.
Hey,
You know,
that
I've
was
never
a-
seen any of these.
That was Jalen Suggs.
Jalen
Look, he's on the
Suggs?
table.
Oh man,
He's on the
Those
table.
look like the COVID days. Those must have been the COVID days. We got the Northern Iowa and Texas.
Fellas, I don't remember this one.
I don't, but
I do remember Northern Ireland.
Holy
Boom.
cow! Did he just hit a
Was that half court?
half court game winner?
Bro, people get paid millions to hit half court shots.
You got a half court game winner. You never see that.
Yeah, let's turn this one off.
What we got?
Yeah, let's turn it off.
This doesn't. This makes my stomach hurt.
Yikes.
Yeah, I'm not watching it no more.
Yikers.
Oh man, St. Peter's, man, and they're back. They're returning to March Madness once again. So hopefully, I don't think we'll run into them this time unless they're gonna make a big run. So I don't know.
We might. Yeah, that's some crazy highlights, man.
That was.
We ended on the wrong one though, so I don't think Kentucky was supposed to be in there.
I know we
I don't
should have
think
took that
them
out,
being in there.
man. We should have took that out.
We should put them winning in there. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. No, so this episode brought to you by Snow Day Bites. I think Moses has a snack for us today.
Shout out Moses, man, the guy behind the camera making it
You can
all
bring those
work.
over here for us. It's
What we got?
What we got?
It's the
Moses?
pizza bites. We got some mozzarella cheese and tomato sauce and a golden crust.
Hurry up, Fletcher, take one. I want one.
I'm trying to tell people what they
Hey,
are.
I'd like a few, but I'll be nice.
So you can air fry these, toaster oven. It says get feeling like a kid again. Mike, I don't even think you ever grown up. So I mean, I don't think you got to worry about that.
Look, man, it's food.
All right, here it goes, guys.
Trying
Who's
it?
gonna take the first bite?
Yeah,
Pretty darn good.
the texture's fire.
Yeah.
It's like crunchy. It's a crunchy like outer, but it's got that soft, like smooth feeling inside. That's like perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. These are gluten-free, grain-free, and seed oil-free, which is huge because a lot of people on the health train, including me, we need stuff like this in our life because this tastes amazing. It is definitely in there.
Yeah, man. They got plenty of different flavors. You got pepperoni, sausage. You got cheese, like we're eating right now. I believe this is the cheese version.
These are good, man.
And guess this. They got buffalo chicken as well.
Buffalo chicken.
Buffalo chicken as well. They got all the different flavors.
My take on it, man, it's good for every occasion. Watching the game, definitely March Madness, playing video games, get hungry before an episode or before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Pop you some Snow Day pizza bites.
When you go to bed. No, these would be great for gaming, though. For real.
sure.
Where can you get these, though, man? Where can you get these? Kroger,
Oh, you can get them at Kroger. Yeah, you can get them at
Sprouts.
Kroger. Whole Foods has them.
Target.
Yeah, Target has them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We'll share a link for you guys. Anybody who wants to try them, we're going to give you a coupon for $5 off. So definitely do that. And they're amazing.
Got to. I mean, they're a new trend. They're good.
Shout out Snow Days.
I'm definitely going to get some with or without the code.
Yeah. All right, man. So let's go ahead and jump into this bracket. Sheesh, we got a lot to talk about.
Hey, before you do that, let's talk about some history here, okay?
What you got, Mike? What's the history?
Well, we got a couple of first timers here. Stetson.
Shout out to Stetson, man. I'm a not too far. Grew up in Florida, so I'd say my high school is about 10 minutes away from Stetson. So yeah, usually it's tough to see them, win games. They're not necessarily known as the superior basketball team, but yeah, they made their first NCAA tournament, I think. So yeah, special.
We also got Wagner first time. They're actually playing as we speak. Wagner's playing right now as a play-in. Their first timer as well.
For sure.
We got Duquesne first time since 1977.
Oh man, that's a lot of years.
Time just to get one chance, right?
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Lots changed since then.
Lots changed.
You got Apple Vision Pro now, and you got some. They didn't have no Apple Vision Pros back then.
That was before the Model Ts, correct?
Wait, I will say this. I don't know if anybody saw this, but in the SEC tournament when Auburn was playing, somebody had an Apple Vision Pro on behind the seat.
I did see that.
Bro,
I did see that.
Unless he must be on the stats, watching it, while he's watching the game. I don't know. That was crazy. But anyways, go ahead.
That's crazy.
And Grambling State is also there for the first time.
Okay, Grambling. Shout out to Grambling State, man. They're not sure what city it is. I'm pretty sure it's a HBCU though. It is
cool.
HBCU, so
HBCU.
very cool for those guys.
Yeah,
They share the same logo, if I'm not mistaken, as the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just
Grambling.
stole it
That's
from
sick.
them, I guess.
Yeah, I like this. I like the small schools getting in. Obviously.
For sure. That's what it's all about, man.
That's
March
exactly what
Madness,
it's all
baby.
about.
March Madness.
All right, y'all ready to get into this?
Let's do it, man.
Let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna start off in the East region.
Yep.
In this region, what stands out to you guys?
Yeah, we got a lot of different teams, man. I think the one team that really stands out to me is the University of Connecticut, UConn, the number one team, number one seed. You got plenty of big dogs over there. A talented freshman and Stefan Cassell, and then they can play defense. They're really good offensively, a very offensive juggernaut team. They're gonna go far. I got them going pretty far. As far as what they're looking like, I think they're gonna dominate this region. I don't think there's a lot of teams that could give them problems in this region. I see maybe Auburn, they played pretty well, and they're just coming off of an SEC championship. But as far as what I'm looking at, I think Connecticut's going to probably dominate this region.
Play style, there's no other than Connecticut. When you're thinking they're the reigning champs, first time back-to-back, that's what they're looking for. Last time was Florida. I'm going to say the sleeper in this region, I'm going to go Drake.
Okay.
They got some guys that could shoot the ball really well. Low, mid, major. They got a guy in the top 10 in scoring in the country. Lets it rip. But play style to try to catch Connecticut, I'm going to go Auburn.
I like Auburn.
They're so fast. We know how they play. It's just if Auburn can't touch them, I don't know anybody who's beat them in that region.
I also like, before we move on to our picks, man, I like Morehead State, a team that's not too far from where we're at right now, making their tournament debut.
Would be huge.
Would be huge if they can make a big run, and they're capable of doing it. I think they're going to surprise a lot of teams this March Madness. So look out for Morehead State.
Yeah. Okay, so we got UConn versus Stetson. That's one of the teams you brought up earlier.
Yep.
Who you got in this one, Mike?
Poor Stetson. UConn by a lot.
I got UConn, man. You got to dominate. They're going to dominate in that.
I got UConn.
You got UConn as well.
Yep.
And we all three voting on this. So
Yeah.
So if we have a tiebreaker, then I'm the breaker.
You're the breaker, Mike.
Let's go.
I got you.
Next up, we got 8 seed FAU and a 9 seed Northwestern. Who you got in this one?
I'm going to go with so they were in the Final Four last year. I'm going to go with Florida Atlantic. I think they get Northwestern on this one. I think 4 returning starters, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to go with the age group, Florida Atlantic.
I gotta disagree with you on this one, man, because it's March Madness. You know, everything
happens.
gets shaken up a little bit. I gotta go Northwestern. They're a good, very, very good ball club. FAU, no disrespect to what they're doing. They're capable of making a run as well. But I just think Northwestern and that 8-9 matchup in March Madness can go either way.
Either way.
I got to go with Northwestern on this one.
So I am the tiebreaker on this one. I would choose FAU for sure, but I'm going to have to go Northwestern. I'm just going to have to, like you said, it's March Madness. So.
And you're wearing purple.
And you're wearing, you got the purple on there.
That's exactly why we did that. So we knew what was going to happen. Next game we got is 5th ranked seed. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, man.
5th ranked seed, San Diego State, beautiful, beautiful city, versus 12th ranked seed, UAB.
So let's start out with another Final Four. Actually, the national runner-up, San Diego State. They were runner-up last year. And I'm going to go with Andy Kennedy. He's an SEC guy. He's coaching the UAB, Alabama Birmingham Blazers. I'm going to go upset 12-5 on that one.
Okay.
I gotta definitely agree with you on that one. They very talented ball club in UAB, won 23 games this year, and like I said, very well coached. I think they're gonna. I don't see them going too far, but they're gonna. I think they win that matchup versus San Diego State.
Yeah, so we're going UAB in this one. Next one, I already know who you're choosing, both of y'all. But we have Auburn versus Yale. Who you got, Mike?
Auburn.
Who you got, Mario?
No questions asked. You just Auburn.
I'm sorry, I asked the question then. Next up, we got BYU versus
Duquesne.
Duquesne?
Yep. Duquesne.
Okay.
I'm going to go BYU. First year in the Big 12. They're one of those teams in the last couple of years that people thought was a fluke because of a lower conference, I guess.
Yep.
They made some noise. They beat a good Kansas squad early when they were healthy. I'm gonna go BYU over Duquesne on this one.
I got to go Duquesne. I hate to disagree with you, but like I said, that 6-11's another matchup you got to kind of watch out for. Duquesne's a talented team. I think the matchup against BYU, they're just more of a physical team. A lot more. I just got a good feeling about what they're going to do. They're going to be a neck and neck matchup though. That can go either way between BYU and Duquesne. BYU, great shooting team. I got to go with Duquesne on this one though.
That's good. I'm going to go BYU. I think BYU is going to be ready for the March Madness. I like BYU. I like their football team, so I'm going to go BYU. All right, next up, we have Illinois versus Morehead State.
Wow.
Shout out Morehead State, just down the street, man.
How about a matchup between that's one game that I'm not missing is Illinois versus Morehead State. Oh man, you got two teams that are looking to make a dominant impact in this tournament. I have to go with Morehead State on this one.
Wow.
Gonna be an upset. I think they can pull it. I think they can pull it through. They're well coached by Coach Preston Spalding. I think they can do it.
You talking to some girls in Morehead State?
I did not. I did not, man.
No, I'm gonna go Fighting Illini on this one. They got a smooth left-handed shooter, Terrence Shannon. He's top 5 in the country in scoring. Coming off a Big Ten championship, I just think they're riding the momentum. You know, congratulations, Morehead State. I'm pretty sure they were the first team to punch their ticket to the big dance. And I think Illinois is going to handle them pretty easy.
Yeah, Illinois is a good ball club.
So we're going.
Where we going?
You had Morehead State.
I had Morehead State.
Tiebreaker. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna go Morehead State.
Morehead
State.
Okay.
Shout out Morehead State, just down the street. So we're hoping that they win.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Washington State versus Drake. OVO.
I'm gonna go with OVO on this one. I think Drake. I haven't got a lot of chances to watch them this season, and Washington State. I'm just gonna go with the upset on this one. I think this bracket's gonna be filled with a lot of upsets.
That gentleman I was talking about earlier, they could shoot the ball really well. Tucker DeVries, he could let it rip. He's also top 10 in scoring. I'm going to take 10 over 7 on this one. Washington State was a top 25 team in the country. But Drake, I'm pretty sure they were undefeated in their conference. They lost 2 real late, but they won their conference. I'm going to go with Drake on this one.
So we're both going
Drake.
because you Drake. I will say, fun fact, I didn't know this. I don't know if you guys knew this, but no team on the western side of the United States has won an NCAA title since 1997.
Oh wow!
So that's crazy.
Bring out the facts today, man.
I had to. So that's something that everybody needs to be aware of when you're making your bracket. No team on the western side of the United States has won a championship in basketball.
For sure.
All right, so next we got Iowa State versus South Dakota State.
I got Iowa State, and there's no questions asked. Should be no concerns either. Just a better ball club. I think Iowa State. I think I got them reaching a Sweet 16. This is a very good team that you're looking at, and I think the unique thing about Iowa State is that they don't necessarily turn over the ball much. They're very take care of the ball well. And like I said, I got them in the Sweet 16. I don't think they're going to make the Final Four, but they'll dominate South Dakota State with no issue.
Well, we can't hide the fact that they beat the number 2 overall seed Houston by 20-something points in their, I think, conference championship, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and also they have a guy that's familiar with the state of Kentucky. Trey King is their starting forward. He played at EKU down the road.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm going to go Iowa State. I don't think this one's close. The way they play ball, they're a really good coached team.
You had Iowa State as well.
I did.
Yep. Okay. So let's see. Do we want to move on to the Western?
Yeah, man. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Cool. So now we are in the Western Division. What stands out to you guys before we get into these games?
Man, I'm gonna let you go first, Mike. 'Cause I'm still
what stands out to me is when you get that 8-9 matchup, you got Tom Izzo versus just a brutal, physical Mississippi State team.
I want to see that game.
That's going to be one of the toughest 8-9 matchups we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And the thing I get about this is that next matchup, North Carolina, one of those two teams could very well knock out North Carolina. So that's what I'm looking for. But overall, best team in the region, I think, is Arizona.
Arizona's great. I think they're great. I got to go off of what you just said. Mississippi State and Michigan State is going to be one of the best matchups in the entire tournament.
Yes.
And you look at the guard play from Mississippi State, we know what Hubbard's capable of and the talented player he is.
Tolo Smith.
And Tolo Smith as well. And you look on the other side of Michigan State, a very dominant, unique player in Tyson Walker who's going to make noise in this tournament. So I like the matchup between Walker and Hubbard. 8 and 9 is always fun, very fun matchups. But whoever's going to win that game, it's going to be another matchup because they're going to be playing North Carolina, and we know what North Carolina can do. So very interesting side of the bracket. One of my favorite side of the brackets as well. I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, this is a big bracket. There's a lot of big teams in it.
Yeah.
First game we're going to go with in the Western region, North Carolina versus. And it'll be the winner.
Wagner just won.
Wagner just won.
Okay, so it'll be North Carolina versus Wagner. Who you got, Mike?
I'm going to go North Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it quick and easy. North Carolina, I don't see an upset coming. I don't see an upset coming.
All right, next one. The big one you were talking about, Mike. This is going to be one to watch. Mississippi State versus the Spartans, Michigan State.
You can't go against Tom Izzo. But I'm a believer in Mississippi State this year. They're tough, man. Hubbard is a bucket getter, and Tolo Smith is a problem. I'm going to go Mississippi State on this one.
If I had one team to make a run, a lower seed to make a run in this tournament, I have to go with Michigan State. Their guard play, Tyson Walker, is one of the best players in the country. Doesn't get talked about often, should get talked about a lot more. I think he's going to make some noise in this tournament. I got him, making a deep run. And obviously Mississippi State, not taking anything away from them. Great team, physical team. It's going to be a dogfight for that game, but I got Michigan State.
Yeah, great team. But this isn't SEC football, so I got Michigan State as well. I definitely think that they're heating up and they're going to be good in this tournament. Next matchup we have is St. Mary's versus the Grand Canyon.
This is I got to go St. Mary's right off the rip. They're playing some of their greatest basketball right now for the season. Got them over Grand Canyon. They're going to be tough for any team that's going to run into them. They're definitely going to make it hard. They're a great defensive team in St. Mary's, so I got them over Grand Canyon in this one.
Grand Canyon is one of another well-coached program. Bryce Drew, he got let go at Vanderbilt, so he's got some SEC ties there. I don't think this one's going to be I don't think it's gonna be a high-scoring game. I'm gonna go St. Mary's. They're rolling. They just beat Gonzaga. They won their conference. I'm gonna go Gonzaga or St. Mary's. Yep.
Next matchup we have Alabama versus Charleston.
Alabama.
You got Alabama on this
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
I gotta agree with you. Easy pick. You got Mark Sears. I think the dominant players tend to show up in March Madness. The star players show up and they take teams far. So I got to go with Mark Sears and Alabama.
Yeah. I still think it's going to be a great game. I think it'll be very close. Next up, we have Clemson versus New Mexico.
Huh. What y'all guess on that? Because I didn't pay too much attention to that matchup. I'm probably just going to guess on that one, Clemson and New Mexico.
Well, who you getting?
I'm getting I'm underdog guy, so let's go New Mexico. We're going with that one.
So there's a lot of speculation out there that son beat father out of a tournament berth. Richard Pitino led his New Mexico team to a conference championship, which an automatic berth. I'm going to go New Mexico on this one.
Okay. So we got New Mexico. Next up, we got Baylor versus Colgate, and not the toothpaste.
Baylor, easy pick for me.
I'm going to go Baylor on this one. I think they're just got more star power on that squad.
Baylor. Shout out RG3. Next, we got Dayton versus Nevada.
Oh, man. Some of these teams, I didn't. Okay, Dayton's in.
Some of these.
All right, I didn't know Dayton was in the tournament.
Man, it's a lot of teams. It's hard to keep up.
So Dayton is another well-coached team. Anthony Grant. Dayton, a couple years ago, had that Obi Toppin, number one seed, Obi Toppin. But they've let me down in previous tournaments. I'm going to go Nevada. You could flip a coin. I'm just going to go Nevada on this one.
You got Dayton versus Nevada.
Oh, is it my turn? I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with Nevada on this one.
Nevada?
I think Nevada's gonna a lot of upsets in this tournament. A lot of upsets.
Rightfully so, because we've seen that throughout the years.
Yeah.
Next, we have Arizona, which is who you brought up in this region, versus Long Beach State.
Arizona.
Yeah, I don't
Not
see
even
an
close.
upset in there. Arizona's the more
Good.
dominant team.
They're good. All right. Next up, we're moving to the South region. What stands out to you guys? What team stands out to you guys in this one?
Of course, the Kentucky Wildcats. You got the most offensive power, I guess you would say, juggernaut of a team offensively, and then defense, we're still trying to make strides. There's times where our defense has been okay, and there's times where our defense hasn't been so well. I think Kentucky's going to make, they're gonna make a deep run in this one, but it's not going to be easy. You got a lot of different teams you got to match up against. Houston's another team that I'm kind of scared to match up against just because they're so physical and you're playing men over there. You're playing men over there in Houston.
You definitely have to score points against Houston. If we get a chance with a day, that would put us you're looking at Elite Eight. You would have to score points because if Houston gets you in the 50s and 60s, it's a wrap. It's over.
I'll say this, Mike. I don't like where we're at in terms of where our bracket is. Everybody has been saying they like the position, they like the region.
Yeah.
This is a very hard region, ladies and gentlemen. You got a lot of teams that can play. Florida's another team that we got to look out for. Marquette,
Texas
another
Tech.
team. Texas Tech, very
has been
good
playing
defensive
good, man.
team.
They've been
So,
playing good.
like I said, it's not going to be easy. It's definitely not going to be easy.
Okay, so we got Houston versus Longwood. Who you got?
Houston.
Next up, I think this is gonna be a great matchup. Nebraska versus Texas A&M, the old Big 12 matchup.
This is gonna be fun, man. You got Texas A&M. You got those guards,
got a high
Radford.
flying, yeah.
Oh man, those guys are built for the tournament, man. I got to go A&M. I got to go A&M on this one.
I'm going to go A&M because I'm an SEC guy, and I think that they've got some of the best guards in the country. Yeah. But Nebraska is the only team in Power 5 to not win a single tournament game in history. So I think they're going to keep it that way. Texas A&M.
Wow, smart. Next matchup, Wisconsin versus James Madison.
Wisconsin, I'm sorry to cut you off, Mike. I got Wisconsin in this one. James Madison, not sure if they'll, be able to keep up with the pace with Wisconsin. I got to go with Wisconsin on this one.
I'm going to go James Madison. Okay. They're tied in the tournament with the most wins, 31 wins. Believe it or not, in the non-conference,
they won a lot of games. They won a lot of games.
Non-conference, they actually knocked off Michigan State earlier this season to boost their resume. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with the 12-5 upset. Give me James Madison.
Okay. I'm a tiebreaker, so I'm going to go Wisconsin. I think James Madison just needs to stick to football. I think Wisconsin definitely has this. Next up, we got Duke versus Vermont.
Duke.
Yeah, Duke is getting better
at the right time.
At the right time of the year, I have to go with Duke. I don't think they'll necessarily go that far, but like I said, I got to go with Duke against that Vermont matchup.
Yep.
You think anybody gets tripped in that game? All right. Next matchup, we got Texas Tech versus NC State.
This might be the best matchup out on the South
be good.
region. You got NC State, won their first ACC championship, I believe. So shout out to those guys. They're looking to make some noise in the tournament, want to prove something. And Texas Tech, they're always a very good basketball club, always well coached, very good defensive team. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to go with NC State. I think they're coming off of a very big win in terms of winning the ACC championship.
NC State done something that not many teams ever do. They win 5 games in 5 days. They had to do it because they were definitely not even on the bubble watch. But I'm a little biased here, Cats fan. I would rather play NC State just because they've got a tank down there, and DJ Burns, he's a beast. So don't want to play him. So I would go with Texas Tech on this one.
What we got, Fletch? Man, he's breathing. He doesn't like the pressure, ladies and
No,
gents.
I agree with you. I'm going Texas Tech. I do think I think Kentucky would be better off playing NC State, but I do think Texas Tech gets that W.
He likes my picks more often than your picks.
All right. So next up, the big dogs. What you guys watch this show for?
Yeah.
We got the Kentucky Wildcats versus Oakland, and that's not Oakland, California.
It's not?
I don't think so.
Oh well.
Well, I don't think so.
They are the Golden Grizzlies.
Kentucky, I got them winning this one. Oakland's going to try to play zone, but we have to watch out for a shooter obviously they have one of the best shooters in the country in Oakland. So I think, Kentucky, it's just hard to play zone against a team like Kentucky that can shoot the ball, shoot the lights out. I'm going with star power. I got to go with Kentucky in this one.
Usually, if you ask me, prior to the last 5 years, I would say Kentucky, no doubt. Mm-hmm. No doubt. I think it's going to be closer. I think it's going to be closer than I think we're projected to win by 14. I hope we take care of business early, for the momentum, but I'm going to go Cats, whether it's 1 point or 30 points, Cats.
Yeah. Yes, we'll go Cats. And Oakland is says Oakland is not the California one. It's going to be Auburn Hills, Michigan.
Oh, wow.
I could be
It's not too
wrong,
far.
but
Yeah,
that's just what we're seeing.
We got Florida and
Florida versus Boise State, or the winner of Boise State and Colorado.
They play tomorrow.
They play tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay. So let's go with that one. Who we got in Boise State, Colorado, just real quick?
I got Colorado.
Who
I
you
think
got, Mike?
Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado.
So then we got Colorado versus Florida. Who we got in that?
That's where Colorado gets beat. I'm a Florida guy on this one. They're tough, man. They're tough. They got that Clayton,
Walton Clayton Jr.
Clayton. Yeah, he done us over. So
One of the best.
Is that dude with the headband?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
One of the best guards in the country. Yeah.
And it also sucks that they lost their big 7-footer.
Yes,
he's out
man.
for the year, but prayers to him. But
Praise to him.
I think Florida's going to take care of business on whoever wins that game.
No.
I got to agree with you, man. Florida's I don't want to say too much. I mean, they're a dominant team. They got great guards, one of the best backcourts in the SEC. So
Well, me and my buddies argue about that. Like I wasn't a Florida believer, but when they spanked Alabama twice convincingly, one in the regular season and then right in the SEC tournament, I'm a believer now. They're tough.
Yeah. Next matchup, we got Marquette versus Western Kentucky.
why'd you say it like that?
Marquette.
Marquette. I got Marquette on this one.
I feel bad. It's another Western Kentucky. Marquette's good, and if they have their Tyler Kolek back, they're going to win pretty single handedly. But
They're going deep. They're going deep
yeah.
into the tournament. Very good ball club.
Marquette
Who else
on
got
this.
them?
Yeah, Marquette, home of D Wade.
Jimmy
All right,
Butler.
we are out of the South region. We are moving on to the
Midwest region. Oh yeah, it's getting good now. We got
Mario, what sticks out to you in this region?
McNeese. Everybody's been talking about McNeese and what they can do. I think they're my dark horse team for this NCAA tournament. We saw St. Peter's go on a run a few years back. I think McNeese is going to be the one that's going to make a deep run in this tournament.
I could not agree more. McNeese, I'm a high, firm believer on Will Wade. What he's done in a year's turnaround, it's nothing high of a miracle. And He backs up his talk.
Yep.
Go McNeese.
All right, so our first matchup in this region is going to be Purdue versus
Purdue.
Okay.
Purdue.
easy. Yeah,
Purdue,
easy.
man.
Yeah,
Zach Edey.
Zach Edey's a
easy.
problem.
Yeah.
All right, next up we got Utah State versus TCU.
8-9 matchups are tough,
another
but
8-9
I got to go TCU. Well coached. We're well coached
Jamie
program.
Dixon.
Man, I got to go TCU. I think they can make some noise in this tournament. It's going to be an interesting matchup between TCU and Purdue.
Yeah.
Well, you look at the records. You got 27-6 Utah State versus a 21-12. It doesn't look like a real deserving TCU team, but the way they play ball, they're physical. They're well coached. Jamie Dixon. I'm going to go TCU. I honestly don't think it'd be close. They're fast.
Yeah, very
Fast guards.
Yeah.
All right, next up we got Gonzaga versus McNeese.
Oh, this is one of my
team y'all were
favorite
talking
matchups
about.
right here.
12-5.
That 12-5 Gonzaga versus McNeese. I got to go. I think McNeese is going to pull the upset. All right, I'm calling it right now. That's what I got.
We called it on Twitter too, calling it McNeese over Gonzaga. Called it early as soon as it hit the bracketology.
We got on file. All right, next up we got Kansas versus Samford.
I'll go with I don't know if Kansas is dealing with there's injuries and all that good stuff. It's gonna be close. I'm gonna go with Samford. I think they're gonna pull it. I'm calling the buzzer beater on this one.
So I'm gonna make it difficult for you. I'm gonna go regardless of injuries, no injuries. Kansas has got their role players are still better than Sanford's probably best player. I'm gonna go Kansas. Make it hard on you, Fletch.
Yeah, that is pretty hard actually. I'm gonna go Samford. We got South Carolina versus Oregon. Who you got in that one?
Dan Altman, so this is a known fact, head coach at Oregon, has not lost a round of 64 team ever. And I don't want to go against SEC, but I'm going to keep it that way. History proves itself. I'm going to go Oregon.
I agree with you. I know South Carolina is a good ball club, but you got to go with the team that's hot and has the streak. I got to go with Oregon. They'll figure it out. As the lower seed.
They also got that big 5-star talent, Nafali Dante down there. He's going to be a problem.
Yeah. All right. So next up we have Creighton. Is that how you say that? Creighton.
Yeah.
Creighton versus Akron.
Fun fact: you know where Creighton is?
I do not.
Idaho. Right?
So I believe it's in Nebraska. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Fact check me, guys. Fact check me in the comments.
It's
I don't
Nebraska.
know. Yep, go ahead. All right, I got Creighton.
Yeah.
I got Creighton, man. Gonna make a deep run. Akron's no sleeper team though. They're physical team, man. That's gonna be a very interesting matchup.
All right. Next up we have Texas versus the winner of the Virginia-Colorado State game. So who's going to win that Colorado-Virginia State game? Virginia versus Colorado State game.
I'm going to go with Texas.
Texas?
Yeah.
They play later tonight.
I was saying who wins the Virginia-Colorado State game.
Oh, doesn't matter.
Yeah, they play.
I guess it does matter because they're getting into the tournament. I'm going to go Colorado State. Yeah.
I'm going to go Virginia just because Tony Bennett, he's not done well these last couple of years, but I think I'm going to go Virginia on this one.
Okay, and then Virginia versus
Texas. Just to be safe on bracketology, I'm just going to go Texas.
And then you said Texas.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we have Tennessee versus St. Peter's.
Tennessee. Oh man, St. Peter's. That just gives me bad vibes,
taste.
man. Yeah, that scares me a little bit. I'm going with the upset. I think St. Peter's is going to pull it off.
So, as much as I want to agree with you, because you got to think they like 4 or 5 dudes transferred out. Holloway's now the coach at Seton Hall. I hope and prayed Seton Hall or St. Peter's beats Tennessee, but I think I think they're going to handle business. I think they actually are projected to win by the most in the field, 22 points.
So you chose Tennessee, you got St. Peter's?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go St. Peter's.
Peacocks, baby.
I'm going to have to go St. Peter's.
Peacocks.
I just think Tennessee, I just don't think Tennessee, Tennessee, a lot of people don't think they're hit and miss. They are hit and miss.
They do have Dalton Connect, though.
Yeah.
They do have Dalton Connect. Man, that's going to be tough. That might be a crack in our bracket right there.
All right. So.
What we got? We got round of 32. Let's speed
32.
things up a little bit.
Okay.
We got
Okay, perfect. All right, so now we have UConn We're going back to the East.
East region.
Yes, we got UConn versus Northwestern. Who you got?
UConn. We know how dominant they are.
UConn.
Okay.
UConn.
All right. Now we have UAB versus Auburn.
I'm gonna go with Auburn on this one. I think Auburn is gonna take this one home. They're just playing really good basketball. They're coming off of SEC championship. I think they're gonna go pretty deep in this tournament.
You're looking at. I'm pretty sure UAB won their conference as well. You're looking at 2 conference champions, 2 head coaches that's familiar with each other, SEC ties.
Yeah.
I think Auburn takes care of business, but I really do think it's going to be closer than what people expect.
Yeah. So we both got Auburn.
Yep.
Shout out Vince.
Shout out to Vince, man. We're rooting for you.
Shout out Vince. Next up, we got BYU versus Morehead State.
I'm gonna go with Morehead State on this. I think I'm probably being biased honestly, but I think Morehead State has a chance, because they're so well coached. I think they definitely have a chance to make some noise. I don't got them going to the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
I think that's where they stop at the Sweet 16, but I got them winning at least 2 games in the tournament.
I'm going to go Jimmer Fredette's alma mater, BYU. They're just tough, man. They proved a lot to me this year. Change conference. They done extremely well based on what people thought. I'm gonna go BYU.
Okay.
Yeah. Tiebreaker, I'm going to go BYU as well.
Okay.
Really hoping Morehead State makes it. I don't think they're going to, though.
Yeah.
So next up, we got Drake versus Iowa State.
I got Iowa State. No questions asked. I mean, they're we saw what they did to Houston. Drake is no sleeper team. They can play some ball as well. Very good matchup. Not my favorite matchup to watch, but I got Iowa State in this one just because of their firepower.
So in the last couple of weeks, I've been watching Iowa State. They get very complacent on offense. And they get that shock feeling like, oh, we're down 8 points. Let's start shooting jumpers
And panic.
Yeah, they panic mode. Take the world by surprise. Give me Drake.
So you chose Iowa State, and you chose Drake.
Yep.
So now it's all on me.
What's it going to be?
Man, Drake's the greatest to ever do it in the music industry, but not in basketball. I'm going to go Iowa State. All right, next up, we're back in the West region.
Yep.
North Carolina versus Michigan State, man. This is going to be a great matchup.
Great matchup. Guard play is going to be spectacular. You got R.J. Davis, Tyson Walker going head-to-head. Man, I got North Carolina only because the big fella is going to be a problem. Armando Bacot, you got no answers for him. I think he's going to dominate that game.
Well, if you sit there and think about it, isn't it not sad to see, typically in past, Michigan State and a team like North Carolina would meet later in the tournament.
Yeah.
I'm going to go North Carolina. Michigan State's down. They've been down the last couple of years. I'm going to go Carolina pretty handily on this one.
All right. Next up, we have St. Mary's versus Alabama.
I got St. Mary's winning this one. St. Mary's is looking like a very good ball club. They won 26 games for their season, only lost 7 games. Alabama is a good ball club, but they've shown at times that they're
scary.
not. Yeah, they're a
scary.
little inconsistent in terms of winning games. I got to go with St. Mary's. I think they're gonna take this one home.
I'm going to disagree for one reason. St. Mary's slows you down. They slow you down, and they shoot it well. But so does Alabama. That's that's what they strive on. I'm going to go Alabama in a close one, just because, just like you say, Sears, he's all to me he's All-American. He's good, and I think he's going to lead them past St. Mary's.
Okay. So tiebreaker?
Yeah.
I would go with Alabama if it was football. So give me St. Mary's. This is not SEC football. This is SEC basketball. So
You're a football guy, aren't you?
You know how that goes. Yeah. Well, when we talk about SEC football, I got you. Next up, we got New Mexico. It's not New Mexico State.
New Mexico. Yeah.
Is this New Mexico?
Yeah.
New Mexico Lobos. New Mexico versus Baylor.
I'll take it out to your mouth, Mike. New Mexico. I think they're going to take this one home. A big upset on this one. Look out for New Mexico versus Baylor. Going to be big.
If something were to happen to Cal, my dude is Scott Drew. I love the way he coaches.
Dog, you rag on him all the time, man. You should have saw. They were probably in the streets. Like, if they had your address, bro, they'd be in the streets with like some pitchforks, some like couches on fire.
I'm keeping it honest. He's younger. He's won a national championship. Baylor's a 3 seed with 10 losses.
So is Cal, though.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Baylor. I'm gonna go Baylor.
You guys not bashing Cal, bro.
He's giving his opinions, huh? What we got for next one?
Give me another pizza bite. No, I got Nevada versus Arizona.
Let you go first, Mike.
Arizona, pretty easy on this one.
I was gonna say Arizona, quick and easy. Yep.
All right, next up, I think this is gonna be a great matchup. We got Houston versus Texas A&M.
That could be a good one.
Yeah, it could be an ESPN classic.
Yeah, I think the Cinderella story in A&M loses here. I think it ends. They slow you down, and they're the best at it. I think Houston gets them on this one.
I gotta
Mario,
go.
you're shaking your head.
Yeah, neck and neck. This is gonna be a neck and neck game. A&M, something about A&M, man. They can play. There's some dogs over there. Like they want to win. So I no disrespect to Houston. This is one matchup that I will be watching, but I'm going with A&M on this one. I think they can pull the upset. If anybody can do it, A&M can do it.
Yeah,
they lead the country in second chance points at almost 20 a game. So could.
What are we? We're 0-2 against A&M.
A&M,
Yeah. If we're good, then A&M's got to be good, right? So, yeah, definitely A&M. Wisconsin versus Duke.
I got to go Duke on this one. I think the guards will show up for Duke. Jared McCain will show up. He's starting to look a little bit better as the season goes on. I think tournament times, bright lights show up. Stars show up. I think I got to go with Duke on this one with McCain.
I don't like talking about Duke, but Filipowski came back for year 2. He wasn't done. I think he's going to be a star in the in this next matchup. I go Duke.
So you both got Duke?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You can't spell Duke without what?
UK.
Yeah.
Tripping people. All right. Next matchup. This one's going to be scary. You got Texas Tech versus Kentucky. I
got to go with Kentucky. This is going to be tough. This is going to be a low-scoring game.
Tough game.
It's not. Texas Tech is a very good defensive team. Kentucky, if they can pull it through, I need a star to step up for Kentucky in this game. I'm looking at Robert Dillingham. I'm looking at Reed Shepherd. We need these guys to step up in games like this versus Texas Tech. But I'm going with Kentucky. I think they can pull it off.
You listed 2 freshmen. I'm going to go with our senior guy, Antonio Reeves. Got snubbed for All-American, which is crazy. But I'm going to go Kentucky in a close one. People love this region. No matter if you had NC State or Texas Tech, UK is going to struggle the matchup situation here. Both physical teams. Yeah. I'm going to go Kentucky just for sheer talent.
All right, Kentucky. Next up, we got Florida versus Marquette. Y'all hate that.
Well, I'm going to go first because I know who he's going to get. I'm going to say Florida. They're physical, man. They beat us at Rupp. Really well-coached team. I'm going to go Florida with the upset on this one.
I agree with you, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree with you. I got to go Florida. I think they're a lot better than people think they are, and they haven't reached their ceiling as of yet. There's multiple guys. They talk about the guards, the backcourt, but there's some guys coming off their bench that can play too. So I got to go with Florida in this one. It's going to be a fun matchup between Kentucky and Florida.
All right, back in the Midwest region, Purdue versus TCU. This is going to be a game.
Oh, this is a quick one. Zach Edey just going to dominate. Purdue's going to – I got Purdue winning this one.
You got Purdue. I'm going to agree with you, but I will say
TCU, if there's anybody that can figure it out. Yeah.
And the thing about Purdue that we don't mention is because Zach Edey's so good, Purdue in March, you have to have elite guard play and good defense.
Yep.
TCU has better guards, I think, than Purdue. They just have the best player on the court at all times. It's going to be tough. I'm going to go Purdue just because they've got that one juggernaut down low, but it's going to be a close one.
Very close one. I see TCU. If anybody can pull that upset off, it's TCU.
Exactly.
They can prepare for Zach Edey, but
send Purdue home early.
Yeah, but that's the thing about last year. They went home early. I think they're going to be looking forward to go a little bit deeper especially if they went home last year early. They're looking to make a run. So I got to go Purdue on this one.
Next matchup, we have McNeese versus Sanford.
Oh, McNeese. McNeese. No questions asked.
I think it's still going to be close. All right. Next up, we have Oregon versus Creighton.
I'm going to go Creighton on this one. This
Yep.
is a tricky one, man. I got to go Creighton. I'm just guessing on this one. I don't know too much about Oregon. I haven't watched them a lot this year, but I'm going to go Creighton. I'm familiar with what they've been doing this year, and they're having a very, very good, very special year. I got to go Oregon.
So we're
Creighton on this one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Creighton. You're looking at this field, and there's a team that we really see all the time. That's Villanova. If you watch the last regular season game of the season, Creighton versus Villanova, Creighton was up almost 30 points and won that game, I think, by 2.
Oh, wow.
So they were playing away. They were playing at Villanova. But the thing is, what I'm trying to get at is Creighton, if you give up almost a 30-point lead, you have some problems to fill. I'm still going to go Creighton because I think they're the better team, but that's going to be another game I can't wait to watch.
All right, so we got Creighton in that one.
Yep.
Next matchup, we have Texas versus St. Peter's.
This is going to be fun to watch. Texas has a very good guard play.
Max Amos.
Max Amos. I got to go with him. This is where St. Peter's, their run comes to an end. I think
They've done their job.
Yeah. This Texas is going to dominate with their guard play. I got to go with Texas.
Same, Texas. I think that puts us into the
UConn and Auburn. Yeah, that should be a good one. Who you guys got?
Like I said, in this region earlier, if anybody can knock UConn off, it's going to be right now. It's going to be Auburn.
I got to go with.
Why not? I'm going to go Auburn. I'm going to go Auburn on this one. But
Why not?
exactly, why not?
Why not?
I disagree with you. I got to go UConn. I just think they're the best basketball team in college basketball right now. I don't see their journey ending in the Sweet 16. A little bit too early for them. No disrespect to Auburn, but Auburn's a great basketball club. Gonna be a neck and neck game, but I got UConn in this one. I think they're just gonna dominate, especially with their freshman superstar guard
Kessel.
Stephen. Yeah, he's a lottery pick, man. I got to go with him.
Let me explain why. One more reason. Connecticut is your reigning champs. I'd say probably 70% of America has UConn winning it. Literally every analyst out there has got UConn winning it. So I'm going to go different. Auburn's tough. I'm going to go Auburn. So
Yeah.
What we got, Fletch?
What do they call this again? March Madness, right?
Yes, it
so
is.
It's going to be some madness. I'm going to choose Auburn.
I got you.
Auburn.
All right, here we go. Next up, we got BYU versus Iowa State.
Iowa State. I think they're going to make it at least to the Elite Eight. I'm high on these guys. I think once you get momentum in the March Madness, that's all you need is momentum.
That's a conference game actually for those fellas. I'm going to go Iowa State as well.
Okay. All right, now we're in the West region. North Carolina versus St. Mary's.
Carolina.
I got Carolina in this one. I just think
The
physicality is going
Gonna
to
be close.
No, I don't think so. It's two different styles. They got R.J. Davis and Baycott. I think they're going to easily manhandle them.
All right, and the other team in the West is going to be Baylor versus Arizona.
I'll go Arizona on this one. I think Arizona, Caleb Love, he's built for March Madness, and we know what he can do. I got to go Arizona on this one.
Yeah, they got Caleb Love, Balo, big guy down low, Tabellas.
Yeah.
They're loaded. This is a gut punch for Tommy Lloyd, head coach. He's fairly young there. He got put out early last year, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to go Arizona.
Okay.
All right. Back in the South region, we got Texas A&M versus Duke.
Cool, man. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Who you got, Mike?
Well, being that I thought Houston would be further than that, in this matchup, Texas A&M versus Duke, I'm going to go A&M. I'm going to go A&M on this one.
I'm going to put the pressure on Fletch, so I'm going to go Duke.
Yeah, I agree with Mike. I don't think there's any pressure. I think A&M's playing great. We're 0-2 against them, and like I said, if we're good, then they got to be great, right? All right, here we go. Another rematch: Kentucky versus Florida.
Give me the Cats. Revenge tour.
Yeah, I got to go with Kentucky on this one. I think they'll do it. This is gonna be a tough one, man. I think we beat them twice. I got to go with Kentucky on this one. I think they'll have the upper hand on this one.
Watching none of these picks be right. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes.
This is tough.
That's how it goes. Midwest region back in that. Purdue versus McNeese.
This is where McNeese's run ends. If this were to be the case, Zach Edey's going to have a game 40 and 20.
Yeah, Purdue for sure. Zach Edey would dominate this game.
All right, and then we got Creighton versus Texas.
I like the guard play of Texas, man. I really like
Texas.
Yeah, I like Texas. I think this kid Max he's going to take them really far in the tournament. I'm strong on him. I got to go Texas on this one.
This match is Creighton's highest seed as a 3 seed in history. I think that they're playing around that, maybe a little bit better. Texas has struggled when they shouldn't have. I'm going to go Creighton in a close one. It's going to be a close game.
I could definitely see that, Mike. I could definitely see that. I was going to go Texas, but I think I'm going to go Creighton.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Elite 8 play.
Elite 8 play.
Oh, it's getting interesting now. Got Carolina and Arizona. What you guys think?
Hey, that's the Caleb Love game. Give me Arizona.
I got Arizona. I'd say that is the Caleb Love game. You get to play against your old team.
Yeah.
RJ Davis versus Caleb Love. Yeah. I got Caleb Love.
Oh, are we going to be 0-3 against this team? Texas A&M versus Kentucky.
Kentucky figures it out on the third time. The third luck is the charm. I got to go with Kentucky on this one. I'm going with Kentucky. I have a good feeling about this one. I think we're going to be able to pull this one through. Kyle's going to figure something out for us.
So I was nervous when I had watched them play Ole Miss, and I was nervous that whole day. I figured that we would overlook them in the first round, our first round. My thing is, it's very hard to beat a team 3 times. You don't beat Kentucky 3 times. I'm going to go Cats on this one, but it will be close, and it will be in the 90s like it has the last 2 times, I think.
Yep, for sure.
All right, we got Purdue versus Creighton.
Purdue. I got to go Purdue on this one, man. I just think they had their chances in the years back with Zach, and they fell short multiple times. This is the year they're going to make a big, strong run in the NCAA tournament. I got them beating Creighton.
I'm not a Purdue believer. They are a regular season.
You're not a Boilermaker?
No.
You don't like trains?
No.
You ever been on a train?
I have, actually.
Okay.
Purdue in recent years has been elite regular season. What have they done? Give me one fact that shows that they're a team to reckon with in March. I don't think they've made an Elite 8 in history. But it's the senior year tour for Zach Edey. He is the best player in the tournament, I think. He's most dominant. I wouldn't say best, most dominant for sure. I'm gonna go Purdue.
Iowa State and Auburn. What we got?
I'm gonna go Auburn. I'm a Bruce Pearl fan, and the thing is, Auburn defends and they're fast, and they've got a guy, KD Johnson, coming off the bench.
Oh yeah.
It's hard, man. SEC's, I think, like we've agreed, SEC is the best conference. I'm gonna go Auburn.
I got to go Auburn. I agree with them. They're a deep team.
Yep.
They have multiple guards that can finish it. KD Johnson, Holloway. I think those guys.
Cormac,
yeah,
shot blocker.
I just think that the guards are going to show up for Auburn in this one.
All right, now we're in the Final Four. That'll be played April 6th. We have Auburn versus Arizona. Then we have Kentucky versus Purdue. Let's do Auburn versus Arizona.
I'm going to go Arizona on this one. Just the sheer talent. Like I said, it's a gut punch for Tommy Lloyd. This is everything Arizona's been waiting on. I'm going to go Arizona on this one.
I gotta go Arizona on this one. I agree as well. I think Caleb Love is one of the best players that haven't really thrown under a little bit forgotten, thrown under the rug this year. I got to go Auburn. I think, whenever Caleb Love's on the team, they make a deep run in the tournament. And I think, he's supported. It has a strong support cast. I got to go with Arizona on this one.
All right, then we have our Wildcats versus Purdue.
And this is where it ends. This is where it ends for the Wildcats. I think,
Whoa.
I think this Zach Edey, his dominance is going to be tough for UK's bigs and, being matched up against him. The good thing about Kentucky, this is going to be a really tough matchup. Kentucky can speed up the game, take Edey out. He's a big guy, very slow, not the fastest on his feet, so they can make it a run game. So this can go honestly either way. But I think I'm going to go with the Cats. Let's have faith in the Cats. I'll go with the Cats.
So
It's close.
just like you said, just like you said, Purdue, they don't have good guard play. They have guards that could shoot. They don't have guards that could dribble, drive, penetrate because they dish it off to Zach Edey, 15. Yeah. That's all they know. Give it to 15. So he's going to get his, right? He's going to get his points. He's going to get his rebounds, his blocks, without a doubt. I think our guard play is above none else. Give me the Cats.
Let's hope you guys are right. National championship. We have Arizona versus Kentucky.
This is going to be a good one, man. I got to go Kentucky taking it home because if we're in the championship, I know my guys are going to stand out. I know Reed Shepherd's going to show up. And I know Antonio Reeves, after his postseason last season, I think he has something to prove this year. So I'm going to go with Antonio Reeves and the UK Wildcats versus Arizona. And I got us taking it home. We're headed to State Street. You know what that's going to look like. But I got Kentucky.
So y'all just hated on me for bashing Cal. This is not a revenge tour for Antonio Reeves. The fans have been waiting for UK's tweak, right?
Yep.
Calipari's got another tweak.
Yep.
I think this one's on Cal. He's got all the pressure. I think we have something to prove. Cal's got something to prove. These guys have got something to prove. Do it for Antonio Reeves. He's played his heart out for 2 years. I think Cats get it done.
Cats get it done versus Arizona. Tiebreaker.
No tiebreaker. I got the Kentucky Wildcats. Kentucky Wildcats as well?
Wildcats.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, what's your tiebreaker? How many total points will be in this?
Oh, duh.
Definitely be high scoring. I'd say
points.
188.
188? I think
Yeah.
it'd be more than that.
What do you think?
I got 95 Kentucky, 91 Arizona.
That's 186.
That's my score.
All right, so we'll average that.
180. Yeah, so average would be 187.
Yeah. So that's good. That's a high-scoring game. I can't believe you guys have Kentucky going in.
Yeah,
all the
we do,
way.
man.
Hey, is this not the Kentucky postgame show?
We had to. We had to choose them, right? Had to choose them. Had to choose them.
We had to.
No, we appreciate everybody watching. We're going to put a link in so everybody can join in with this bracket. We created a group. We'll give you all the details on that.
Winner gets free prizes. Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Hey, the more the merrier, guys.
So, what are the prizes?
It's a secret.
Is it a surprise?
We can't actually.
The surprise is a surprise.
Yeah, we
It's
can't.
a surprise.
They gotta submit their bracket and they'll get to figure that out.
Cool.
Yeah.
So don't forget to submit your bracket. We appreciate everybody watching. Please please subscribe. We just did all that for you, so you can do that for us. What does Kentucky have to do to secure a win versus Oakland?
Secure a win versus Oakland. I think it's gonna be Oakland's a great shooting team. They got a few snipers on there that can really shoot it. But I think Kentucky just play their brand of basketball, man. If they're able to not turn over the basketball, share the basketball, they have the firepower. We know what Reed, Shepherd, and Rob Dillingham can do. And I think Antonio Reeves is going to make a statement game. This is a guy who wanted to return here, had a rough last postseason. I think this is the game that he's going to kind of put everybody on notice.
Let's get a quick hit. Mike's analytics from Oakland here. Scouting report. They play through number 4, so let's get that through. When we watch the game, they play through number 4. He literally leads their team in every statistic. They play exclusively nothing but zone. Free throw shooters, they shoot 76%, and if we lead the country at 41% from 3, they shoot it at 35%. So they do have snipers. They're a veteran team, so as long as we defend the perimeter, I think we can win this one.
Will Kentucky make a deep run in the tournament? I mean, what will it take for us to just get all the way through and really, get past the first round, get past the second round, and get into that Elite Eight and keep going?
I think they have too many good. Kentucky has too many good players not to make a deep run. We talked about their defense and how iffy it has kind of looked, throughout the season. But I got to go. Like I said, they have too many good players. You got multiple lottery picks, future lottery picks. First rounders, second rounders, and then a team that can put up 100 points. They can score it. They're going to make a deep run. In order for them to make the Final Four, the championship, they're obviously going to have to tweak their defense, and I think Kyle's going to figure it out. He's gonna make something work this time. I'm having faith in Kyle.
You're going to have to defend. In March, you're going to have to ride on the guard plays, which, in fact, we have the best. Would you all agree? We have the best guard player. So that's check box one. Box two is you have to defend. There's no easy gimmies in March because at that point, it's not best team wins. It's best team that day wins. So we've seen that happen. St. Peter's, so just defend. Just defend. Let our guards do what we normally do, and I think Kentucky basketball could be Kentucky basketball this year because we got the players, like you said, Mario.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's hope Kentucky makes a run. Don't forget, we have those 2 links in there for you. One's going to be so you guys can try these Snow Bites, get a $5 off coupon. The other one's going to be so you guys can join our bracket, win some prizes at the end, and we'll definitely have all the details in there for you when you go and look at those.